All right, welcome to this tutorial. In this tutorial, we're going to talk about creating assignments. So from within the course, when you click on the Assignments tab over on the left, if you've already created some assignments, you'll see them listed here, but you might see a blank page. But we're just going to add a new assignment. So we're going to go over to the right side, and where it says Add Assignment, we can select which assignment group if we've already created groups where we want the assignment to show up. So I select the group and then click Add Assignment, and it opens up just this basic field where I can name the assignment, and I'm just going to leave it called Assignment 6, and I can now select a due date for it. And from right here, I can select that, I can say how many points I want this assignment to be worth. Now, if all I want is a placeholder for my calendar or in my syllabus or in my gradebook, and I don't want to give my students any information, I'm just simply building a placeholder. I'm done. I can click Update and I'll be good to go. However, if I want to create a rich assignment where there's some content for my students to access, I need to click on this More Option button. Once I click on More Options, I get that rich text editor, and I can start filling in this assignment with video, with images, text. I can link to other things, just like when we use this rich text editor in Pages. I have Insert Content onto this page over on the right side, where I can also add links to files or images, or create that navigation to other pages within the course, which is great. But it's this down below this text field that I want to address specifically in this tutorial. I'm going to click on this Show Advanced Options, and now I have some more options and some more decisions that I need to make. So this grading type is really more of a display type. How do I want this to display to my students? Do I want them to see a percentage? Do I want them to see that it's just complete or incomplete? And I can set a threshold for this assignment to be considered complete. This assignment, just as an example, is worth 20 points, and maybe they need to receive 15 points in order for it to be considered complete. I can have it display as points, as letter grade, or I can decide I'm not going to grade this assignment at all. Okay, so let's just say I want that to display as points. The next field below is the submission type, and I need to decide how my students are going to submit this to me. Now, if I'm working in a 100% online class, the assignment is probably going to be submitted online. If this is a hybrid situation or a blended learning situation, I might have them actually turn something in on paper, so I can select either of those. If I select online, now you can see there are some more decisions that I need to make. Do I want my students to just have a text entry field where they can just type right within Canvas? Maybe I want them to submit a URL. For example, maybe your students are all using external blogs and you want them to submit the blog URL so you don't have to go find each of those. It will actually show you the front page of their blog right within the SpeedGrader. Maybe you want your students to record a short video or upload a video or audio file that they've created, or you want them to upload maybe a Word file or an Excel spreadsheet. You can allow them to do file uploads. The interesting thing is you can also restrict the file type that they're uploading. So if you only want them to submit a doc, then you could designate that here. Then if a student tries to submit a file that is not that type, Canvas won't allow it. If we keep moving down, we can also make this a group assignment. And notice as soon as I clicked that, another pop-up window showed up, and I can now split students into, say, 5 equal groups, or I can create the groups manually myself and actually drag them into groups. And I can give this the name of this particular grouping. I can give this a name. So maybe I want to call this project group or assignment number 6 group or something like that. And I can use those groups again if they're going to be doing multiple assignments in groups, or I could have Canvas constantly rearrange them and put them into different groups if I want them to. I'm going to go ahead and cancel that out. And then I can, if I go down a little bit further, I can require peer review. If I require peer review after the due date, then Canvas will assign every student another student's work to review, and you can set a rubric for it. And those are kind of some advanced features that I'm not going to address in this tutorial, but you can find information about that on the Canvas help site, help.instructure.com. Okay, now if I keep looking down toward the bottom, I have the due date, and notice that the default is 12 a.m. and that's not going to work for me because that needs to be 11:59 p.m. Because if it's at 12 a.m., then my poor students would kind of lose out on a full day of work. Okay, this available from is like a release date. I can lock this assignment down and make it unavailable to my students until I release it. So this assignment is due on the 31st, but maybe I don't want them to see it until Monday the 27th. Remember, the default is 12 a.m., so I don't need to fill that out. And it's only going to be available until 1 week after the due date. Maybe you have a late policy and you can kind of manage that a little bit with these lockdown dates. So as soon as I am done making all of those decisions, I just need to make sure I click on that update assignment. Oh, sorry, it's going to make me make sure that's not a group assignment, update the assignment. And now I just want you to see, just real quickly, what a student is going to see. So if they're on that assignment, right up at the top, it shows them the due date, the number of points, and what their submitting options are. And if I scroll down to the, if the student clicks on the Submit Assignment button, you've all done this, now these different boxes or tabs correspond to the different submission options that you as the teacher allow for this assignment. So notice for a file upload, they can add multiple files. For the text entry, they just type right in here, but they also do have that rich text editor. So if you wanted them to do a video or upload video or something, they could do that right here. Submitting a website URL, they just do just that, submit the website URL. And they can record or upload media if they click on the Media tab. The one you don't see here is Google Docs. It's probably because this test student doesn't have Google Docs associated with it. But if you allow file upload, and the student has also authenticated to Google Docs, they will have a tab here related to Google Docs to submit their assignment. So that's pretty cool. Just one little hint: when you're creating assignments for your students, only give them the option that you really want them to do. Too many options creates lots of confusion for your students. So if you want them to do a file upload, only give them that option. So hopefully this tutorial helps you understand how to create assignments. And if you have any questions, contact me directly, and I'll see you in class.